Shalom and welcome to the holy city of Jerusalem. It's a hot Friday over here. Alright, let's start with the story. So when the Baal Shem Tov was 17, he would go ahead and start traveling from village to village, trying to inspire the people there with positivity and words of reinforcement. And he once came to this village, and as he comes there, he notices that everything's quiet. Every building is empty. Except all the way at the end, he hears a noise. And as he gets closer, he hears it louder and louder. And what do you know it's coming from? The synagogue. So he goes in the synagogue. And at the time in this village, there was a major drought. There was no rainfall. And as he comes into the synagogue, there's a preacher who's elevated and speaking. And all the townsfolk are gathered around. And everyone is there. And he's busy saying that the reason that there is this drought is because you have strayed from God. It is your own fault because of your own sins. And he's coming on very mighty and very judgmental, and so much so that he's got the people in tears. Men, women, it doesn't matter, everyone's in tears. And the more the Baal Shem Tov listens, he hears how this man's saying that they're such simple folk, that they don't study enough Torah, that this and that. Eventually this Baal Shem Tov at 17 shouts, "Stop!" And just like that, the room goes quiet. Who would dare challenge this preacher as he's going ahead and giving his sermon? The Baal Shem Tov says, "How dare you go ahead and judge these people the way you have? These people, sure, they're simple people, and they work very hard at whatever day jobs that they do. But whenever it comes time to do a commandment, they do it with the best intention that they can, and they try their best to be the best that they can. And God values each and every one of them and loves every one of their prayers. Surely the reason that there's a drought," and as he's speaking, this preacher realizes that he's not talking to a simple man, he's talking to a learned man. He starts backing off the stage, and everyone starts turning their attention and lightening up because of the Baal Shem Tov's words. And he starts walking, and he elevates himself onto the stage, and he says to them, in fact, the reason that there is this drought is it must be from God, that he wants to test us, and because he knows and has faith in us that we will take any obstacle that is thrown our way, he's tested us in such a way so that he can show how elevated we are. So let's not be upset. Let's be happy knowing that God will ultimately give us water, he'll give us rain, and we will pass this tribulation and elevate to a higher place because of it. And he says, time to get up and celebrate. And so everyone's now really happy, they're uplifted. And he says, let's go outside and let's dance as brothers. And they all go outside and they start dancing, and what do you know, it starts raining. So we're right now in the Omer count, and the Omer is a time of self-reflection. And this week especially was on the side of judgment, and how you should lighten up your judgment, and you must do so as best possible. So that's why we go ahead and we bless the Kiddush cup for wine. We take the wine, which represents sin, and we start it in the right hand, the side of kindness, and then we pass it to the left hand, the side of judgment, but we weigh it out again by putting it back in the right hand, that ultimately all severities are sweetened and all judgments are sweetened. May we have a good Shabbos. God bless and be well.